guys, today I will be sharing how to make fruit flan cupcake. For the ingredients, we need 85 grams of cake flour, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 25 grams of melted butter, 25 ml of fresh milk, 30 grams of sugar, and 5 egg yolks. All the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. To begin, we will combine the cake flour and the salt. Give it a quick mix and then set this aside. We will sift this later. Combine the sugar and the egg yolks. Give it a mix. Then to this, we're going to add the vanilla. Whisk this until it becomes light pale yellow. And then add the milk, followed by the melted butter. At this point, we're going to add and sieve the cake flour salt mixture. And then using a spatula, just fold this. Mix until it is well combined. Now we will set this aside and we're going to move on to the meringue. For the meringue, this is 5 egg whites, 70 grams of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. That's the cream of tartar. So we're going to beat the egg whites and the cream of tartar until it is frothy. Once it is frothy, we can gradually add the sugar. Again, sugar is 70 grams. Once the sugar is all in, continue beating until we reach the stiff peak stage. And this is now the stiff peak stage. Now we're going to combine the meringue and the egg yolk mixture into additions, again using the folding method. By the way, your oven should be preheated at 170 degrees Celsius. So this is the second addition of the meringue. And this is now ready. I have a cupcake pan lined with cupcake liner. In each hole, I'm adding about 1/3 of a waffle. This will rise up, but eventually it will go down. We want enough space for the custard and the fruit mix to go on top of the cupcake. And then we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for about 13 to 15 minutes, or until when you insert the skewer in the middle and the skewer comes out clean. And this is what it looks like after baking. As you can see, once you pull it out of the oven, it pops up a little bit, but as it cools down, it will go down eventually and it will flatten up. And since it flattens up and it distorts the cupcake liner, I'm transferring it to a new cupcake liner so it looks neat. You don't have to do this, but it really looks nice if the cupcake liner is not distorted, because the sponge cake deflates and it's pulling the cupcake liner. So we will set this aside. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 egg yolks, 1 tablespoon of cornflour or cornstarch, 75 grams of sugar, 100 ml of cream, and 260 ml of fresh milk. The process is really easy. Combine all the ingredients. So in the pan, add the cream. I'm using 35% milk fat cream in here. Fresh milk. Sugar, vanilla, egg yolks, and finally the corn flour or cornstarch. Give it a good whisk, and then we're going to put this on a stove with heat setting low heat. And then we will continue to whisk this until it thickens up. You must continue to whisk this or else the egg yolks will curdle. And this is now ready. We're going to take it out of the heat and transfer this into a heat-proof bowl. It is really important to cover this with cling wrap, making sure that the cling wrap is touching the surface of the custard, and let this cool down completely. I'm using fruit cocktail here. Now I'm just chopping those thick pieces in half so it doesn't occupy the cupcake too much. That's optional step. Now the custard is ready. We're going to put about a tablespoon of custard in each sponge cake. To top this, we're going to add the fruit cocktail. If you wish to put gelatin on top, you can do so, but you run the risk of the gelatin just seeping through the bottom of the cupcake. So add the fruit cocktail on top of the custard. All in all, I made about 22 pieces of cupcakes using this recipe. And I'm going to transfer this into my serving container. And this is the finished product. I hope you give this a try. This is so easy to make, and I can guarantee that you're not going to be disappointed making this. And just to show you what it looks like inside when you cut the cake in half or the cupcake in half. Keep in mind this cupcake hasn't been in the fridge for a long time. It's only been in the fridge for about 15 minutes. Keep this in the fridge if you're not serving it because there's custard on it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!